They had to turn it off. They had to cut it. They had to turn it off. They had to turn it off. Like, let me be very clear. I'm gonna tell you this before you ever think about calling out Brother Rizza and trying to debate him. You better come ready. You better come ready. Now, I want to address a few things. The biggest thing I want to address is when we talk about how he said to shut up and dribble, the gesture and everything before going to war. What you need to understand is what you're doing is you're hearing something, but you're not listening. You hear it, and you're constantly hearing. You're just trying to hear to respond. You're like, I'm just gonna hear it to respond, but you're not listening to what the man told you. Historically speaking, the government and powers that be, or the people in power, would use the people who dribble, the people who entertain and make you laugh to push an agenda. Typically, that's what they'll do. And why would they get a jester to tell you something that's serious? He's not saying that they're clowns and jesters. This is how you're seen on an overall stance. And you're not just seen like that on a government level. You're seen on this level, period. You know, for example, here's a prime example of this. Say you're a comedian, right? And you go somewhere. Dave Chappelle actually said it best. He was sitting down with his kids. It could have been a joke, but I don't think he was. He had people going up to him saying, "Rick James, bitch." You know, he said to the point Mickey Mouse did it. And that's the thing is, if you're a comedian, that's how you're seen. Period. That's how they see you. Period. That's what they bring you in for. They're not bringing you in here to talk about politics. They're not bringing you in here to talk about something serious. They're here for you to entertain and dance when they want you to, and rap and do whatever when they want you to. And then when they want you to push their agenda, they'll allow you to speak on it, but they don't want you really talking about it because they know you have influence. But they're like, that's not what we pay you for. Just shut up and dance, dribble, make jokes, and dance. That's what he's saying. So what he's saying is completely irrelevant to the fact of relating to you as a person or comedians as a field or artists as a field when it comes down to dancing, rapping, or whatever. It's completely irrelevant to the stance of the field. It has nothing to do with the field, but it has to do with the people who put you in front of everything. That's what they're expecting you to do and to not open your mouth. Otherwise, when you're wrong, accept that you're wrong, okay? Pierre, I don't know if you'll see it. I can't relate it completely to you seeing it. I know a lot of people do see my videos and they just act like they don't. Pierre, when you're wrong, bro, you're wrong. You know, you just gotta accept when you're wrong. I mean, the man served you left, right. The man served you breakfast, dinner, lunch on the man. The man served you, just served you. There was nothing you could say. You're saying off of what these quote unquote doctors and people told you. Really? Okay. Well, let's just say that, you know, you do understand that when people work in certain fields, they're not allowed to say certain things. So even if it's just you, they're not going to tell you that. Now, there are professionals that put their jobs and their titles on the line by keeping it real, and, you know, they don't believe in it to the extent that they're willing to risk their jobs. So they're like, hey, man, I'm not pushing this because this is nonsense. The same way I tell people, I say, look, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what not to do, but I follow the money, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. It's been bullshit from jump. I follow the money. The truth is where the money is. Even if you don't know anything else technical, the truth is always in the money. Like getting too specific and getting into that like that, but for all of these scenarios taking place, there will be severe ramifications in the next 3 to 5 years, mark my words. These things that are not being shown and the things you're not seeing and the things that are being hidden, talking about misinformation, which they are not, when it goes bad, I will be right here saying I told you so. The same individuals who you're saying you need to trust is the same ones giving you GMOs, buying up all the farmland, taking jobs away from people, making everything electronic, making everybody lazy. But these are the people that you're saying you trust But the minute somebody gives you a difference of the outlook from study and research, they get silenced. One side is getting silenced while the other isn't. That's what's interesting. More interesting than anything else. Be smart, people. You want to hide something from an idiot, just put it in a book. Just put it in a document. They'll never read it. They'll just take your word for it. Reality is, you people are the justest. Be so silly you can't even read the documentation for yourself and distinguish nonsense from truth. It's like you grow up to learn what's a lie and and have context clues. They tell you the truth every time they tell you a lie. It's up to you to pay attention and stop hearing what you want to hear or getting fear-mongered into doing something that you don't want to do. But have a good one.
My dedication and my study of the sword was for no one but myself.